To start this presentation, I would like you to watch
The mountain.
What happened? Are we supposed to fly that close to the mountains?
There are some stories you simply can't tell. The story of the Andes survivors may be one of them. Hello, my name is Virginia Carrillo, and today my TED Talk is called It's Not Another Survivors Movie. I will talk about the film Alive. This story has changed my life, and I believe it can also change yours. I've divided my talk into three main points. First, what Alive is. Second, the impact it had on me. And third, the impact it had on other people. So first, what is Alive? Alive, directed by Frank Marshall and based on the book by Pierce Paul Reed, is a 1993 real-life drama about an Uruguayan rugby team whose plane crashed in the middle of the Andes in 1972. Many died, but several survived, taking some drastic measures to stave off death. On the 8th day, they heard on the radio that official search operations had been abandoned. After 10 weeks, two men, Nando and Roberto, left camp and bravely traveled over the Andes where they could find help. Now, let's move into the impact this story had on me. I watched it Alive for the first time with my uncle when I was 12. He was very excited about this story, and I remind him saying that this movie would change my life. After watching Alive, I was amazed with it. Last April, my uncle became infected with coronavirus. And even though he was only 56, he passed away. During my mourning, I remembered every little thing he had taught me, everything we had done together. And this movie came to my mind. This story helped me to go through pain. Alive is a tribute to life. It gave me faith to continue living despite the circumstances. Nando's character showed me the way. He had to put aside his grief over the loss of loved ones who died and find the strength and willpower to rescue himself. So far, I have talked about what Alive is and the impact it had on me. Now let me show you the impact this story had on other people. Not only me, but thousands of lives were affected by this story. People were amazed at the willpower characters had shown to overcome all the obstacles they faced. As an example, I brought two stories of people whose lives were touched by this movie. Carlos Espinosa is 61. 7 years ago, he had a car accident. The doctors said that he could not walk again and he fell into depression. One night, he watched Alive. Since then, he realized that impossible could happen. Carlos is now walking again. 2 years ago, he had the opportunity to meet Roy Harley, one of the Andes survivors. Gabriela Rios is 28. Sadness used to fill her days. Many times she thought about ending it all. After watching Alive, something changed in her. This story taught her that life deserves to be lived, even in the worst situation. In this photo, Gabriela is visiting the Valley of Tears in the middle of the Andes, the place where the plane crashed. To recap, I have talked about what Alive is, the impact it had on me, and the impact this story had on other people. To conclude, Alive is a story you must see at least once. A story of triumph over adversity. After all, we all have our Andes. Name it difficulties in life, an illness, or losing someone we love. This Survivors of the Andes story is proof that we can face difficult situations and still go on living. Finally, I would like to cite Nando Parrado, the real-life survivor, when he says, as we used to say in the mountains, breathe, breathe again. With every breath, you are alive. After all these years, this is still the best advice I can give you. Savor your existence. Live every moment. Do not waste a breath. Thank you.